Hey everybody, welcome back to 18 Outdoors. Hey, we just got through doing 3 great hunting shows. We've done the Mobile Hunters Expo in Chattanooga. We had a booth there. Very neat show. The mobile hunting community is, it's a crazy tight community. You know, I've never talked so much in 3 days of my life. I reckon everybody was just all about it, getting ready, fired up for hunting season, trying out new stuff, seeing the new gear. I mean, it was amazing. Again, we got to stay and hang out with some incredible hunters and stuff. And then after that, we went to the Huntsville one, the Tennessee Valley Hunting and Fishing Show. We didn't have a booth there, but it was a cool show. Walked around there and talked a little bit. Talked to a guy out of Kansas, a big shed hunting guy. It was cool. So then we went to Birmingham, the world's greatest deer expo, and another, it's a cool show. We've been going there for 30-something years.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, we had the booth there beside the Southern Outdoorsman. Again, we met a bunch of people, talked, and just had a great time. Got to go out and eat with some nice people and share experiences and stuff. But now, hey, it's time to kick off deer season. It's coming up. The Tennessee Velvet Hunt's coming up soon. We're not going to do that, but we know plenty of people that's going to be doing that. So bless their hearts. Cause right now it's 100 degrees in Alabama. So I'm not in about that yet. But anyway, we're going to talk about, part of our concept is to share tips and tactics. Sorry about that, but experiences and real life situations of how we've took deer, killed deer. We're not specifically, trophy hunters, though we've killed some good deer, and some big ones, but just want to share our hunting experiences and the knowledge. So today we're going to talk about Kathy's 3 8-points that she took. In our family, I think her and my brother, I know her for sure, and I think my brother has too. She's the only one that's taken a buck with a bow, a crossbow, a muzzleloader, and a rifle. Is that right? 4 weapons. And I haven't done that, so pretty incredible. Especially for a little old, look, she's 4'6" to a little rock, so just a little short circle. Actually, she's 5.
I'm 5'3". Don't even exaggerate.
Just a little over 100 pounds. I ain't exaggerating. She's short.
I am short, but I'm not no 4'6".
Oh, okay. 5'6".
5'3".
5'3"? 5'3"?
Yeah.
You ain't that tall.
That's what it says on my driving license.
Well, anybody can tell you that.
Well, I'm sticking to it.
Did you lie?
No, they told me I was 5'3".
Okay. Who's they? Anyway, she says she's 5'3". We'll see. I don't know. 5 foot flat. But anyway, we're going to talk about her 3 8-points here. That's the situations, how that happened, and just share the experiences, and we'll get into that. The first one, the 8-point over here on the left, y'all looking at, is a nice one. It's a public land buck. All 3 of these are public land bucks, and it was her first rifle 8-point, right? So,
yes.
And the situation here was we found a thermal hub. Everybody's talking about that nowadays is one of their key tactics for hunting, and I always call them like crow's feet, or junctions, wagon wheel, where a bunch of things come together. So anyway, we found this thermal hub, and there's a bunch of things, like back and forth buck sign, multiple rubs, a couple scrapes, just some historical rubs and stuff, and there was some good tracks down there. So I snuck in there before season and slipped a lock on up for her in a beech tree up a creek. So, well, it come time for us to hunt. We took off, we left the house. I don't think we were camping in?
Yes.
So we was camping in. Yeah, we was camping.
Yeah.
My dad was out there too. So anyway, we left the camp and got down there and go to the woods, and she forgot her daggum boots.
Yeah.
Right?
I did. I had forgotten about that. But
so anyway, she forgot our boots, and we had to wait 2 creek systems to get to this lock on. So we had to walk, say, 1.5 miles. Got down the creek. I had to tote stuff across the creek, then come back get her, wade her up the creek, stop, go back get stuff, go back up to the creek to where we branched off, then move the stuff up to where her lock on, then tote her. Things I do for you.
I know. Well,
tote her on my back.
That's why I'm your hunting buddy. See?
That's why, yeah, because I'll do anything for her to get her up in the tree. But anyway, I had to tote her to this tree. Had my dang climber too. So anyway, got her all situated in the tree. Like I said, the lock on, she climbs on her own with the climbers. This place had a lock on because it was a tight funnel and tied a thermal hub. So I had that lock on in there, and it's kind of tough for the wind. Anyway, I got her situated, and I left her, got back, laid up on I went to another, not really a thermal hub, but a creek crossing, climbed up, and anyway, about 7 something I heard her shoot, but I'm gonna let her tell the story of how she shot it. But anyway, it was a thermal hub, multiple areas come together, a lot of signs, so, but I slipped her in there, and now she's gonna tell the hunt.
Yeah, it was a little after 7, and I kept seeing this tree shake to the right of me, and I thought, man, them squirrels gonna drive me crazy again today. And it just kept on and on and on. Well, finally, here comes this buck. Well, I couldn't tell. I only seen one side. I couldn't tell if he was an 8-point or not. And so I let him pass me, and then he turned around, then I seen that he was an 8-point. So I went, nah. He stopped, and I shot, and that was it.
That was it. Well,
I mean, it happened that quick, but we got him on trail camera, actually, when I shot him, you know, and that was pretty cool.
right, y'all hear me talk about I put trail cameras where I think I can hunt at, or where she could hunt at, and she actually had pictures of the deer walking, turning, and the actual shot, him jumping, and you could see the shot, you know, coming out of him, blood coming out of him. It's pretty wild to have that on game camera. But anyway, I heard her shoot, then I didn't know what she shot, so we don't never interfere with each other basically until about 11 o'clock. So it was 7 something when she shot, so I waited, and I ended up seeing a whole herd of pigs, and
Yeah.
I think I killed 4 or 5 of them, had cut back straps out of them. Then I went over to her and I said, what you shoot? She said, I'm pretty sure it was 8 points, at least 8 points. It was right there. So I stepped it off at like 17 yards, and she told me how it's come down there in turns. Evidently, because the wind might have swirled or something, he kind of figured out something was going on and left. But she shot, and I found where she shot the initial blood. Couldn't really find a whole lot after there, and I just turned and started walking, and it laying there like 20 yards from where she shot at it, like a little edge of a pine thicket. So, with a 194 pound,
194 pound, 8-point.
3.5-year-old 8-point, a nice buck for her first good buck. So I mean,
I was pretty excited.
oh yeah, I was too. I was proud of her. And she shot that with a 7mm 08, a Remington Youth Model 7mm 08 with a Nosler Accumons, you know, real good bullets. So, but anyway, done a fine job on it. He didn't go 20 yards, perfect heart shot. Kind of a little bit low for me, but I told her, you might want to bring that up a little. Anyway, she dropped him. So, but a nice buck, but it took us
All day.
it took us all day. We had to go get the cart and come back, and it took an hour to drag him to the cart because we had to go up that creek drainage system and stuff, and then another, shoot, I don't know, 4 hours I think rolling, whatever. We ended up getting somebody help. She got turned around coming back. As I went back, she had to go let the dogs out of camp and then come back.
Yeah, and I got turned around.
She got turned around, couldn't find me, and run into Charles Kenny, and I was already about halfway up to a main log road, and she hooted out and got my attention. So.
And then I had to turn around and go back because I'd passed where we were at.
But anyway, we got him out, a very nice buck, like I say, 3.5-year-old 8-point, real good, pretty mount, big body, and it won 194 pounds. So this next buck, her middle one, is a muzzleloader buck. So this was a kind of unique area. We found a trail coming up a long point ridge that crossed a gully wash going to a secondary point, and found several big tracks. You know, I don't think that was a big deer that she killed maybe, but anyway, it's still a good deer. But there was some big tracks on there, and going across to a secondary point, and there was like a community scrape on that point. And I'm thinking they were bedding on the end of that point, bucks were, or maybe some does. But anyway, it was fresh signs. I wasn't going to intrude on them. Once I seen the scrape, I picked out a tree for her. We done like a pre-season spot check. So we went. That was a muzzleloader hunt. It was a rainy, nasty morning, and we waited till it quit raining, or actually it just slowed down basically. Snuck in. So it was probably 8 o'clock. We got in there and put her up in the tree. She climbed on that one, and we used tape on her muzzleloaders. You know, had her barrel taped and all that. Got her up. She got situated. Excuse you.
Excuse me.
But anyway, I went down. It's another half mile or so to where I was hunting at. I went down and I climbed up and was getting situated. And well, I mean, I hadn't even got sat down yet, and I heard a shot. You know, it's like, was that her? I couldn't really tell, you know, because you hear shots, you just can't tell how they're coming from, which way the muzzle's pointed anyway. So Anyway, I stayed up in the tree till right 2 o'clock, something like 2 or 3 o'clock, because it's like we just done it like a mid-morning hunt, and we'll break them up, hunt something like that. We'll hunt till at least, if we hunt through lunch, we'll hunt till 2 or 3 o'clock, and usually about 3. So anyway, I come down. I think I seen a spike or something, but anyway, climbed down, got up there, and she didn't say nothing this time. She just like expected me to know everything. Anyway, she lowered the gun down when I got there, and I seen that tape had a hole in it. I said, "You shoot?" "Yeah, I shot." I said, "What was it?" "It was 8 point." I said, "I seen a spike too." But anyway, she come on down, pointed out where it's at, and I found blood and found where it went and jumped that drainage. When it hit the drainage, I couldn't find any other blood. And I looked, and she ain't real good on directions, y'all.
No, I am not.
But she got to admit, she point me the wrong way. I think she does it on purpose. But anyway, I looked on the side of his heel.
He went to the left and I went to the right, and I seen something big and brown just piled up over there. And I throwed my gun over my shoulder.
Wait a minute. What?
Sorry, I get ahead of myself.
She got ahead of herself. Anyway, tell the story of how the hunt happened. So.
Well, I'm sitting up there and it's colder and crap, and I'm like, man, do I want to do this? It's nasty.
Because the wind was.
It was nasty, and it had a spike to come in. I thought I could shoot that spike and be done with this, because where we was hunting, you could take a spike on that side. And then I sat there and I watched it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. There's going to be something else come. Well, within 15 minutes, here come this big boy in. Stopped right in front of me. I shot. All I seen was tail go up.
That was it. He's gone.
He's gone.
Anyway, when I got there, she pointed the wrong direction and sent me up. I think she just like sent me climb hills. Anyway, she sent me up this hill, and then she comes down. And she goes way over to the other side. And I was like, what the crap she already looking for? Next thing I know, I hear her hollering, "Woo!" So, and
I done a hoot owl, and he ain't probably, what, 30 steps from me?
Well, it's farther than that, probably about 60 yards.
Well, it wasn't far, but I was loud because I was so excited, and I got up there and got my hands on him. He's huge.
Yeah, he was a nice buck, you know, especially for a muzzleloader. And she ended up winning the magazine, AON magazine. She ended up winning that week and won a muzzleloader for the truck shoot or truck buck shoot. So, and that was cool. I mean,
And that was my first buck with a muzzleloader.
Yeah, first buck muzzleloader. And I've been harassing her about getting a muzzleloader because she didn't want to mess with them. She said, "I don't want to reload them. I don't have to worry about putting a primer on, all that stuff." And then one day we was on a muzzleloader hunt. She was hunting with a crossbow, and she had a nice 10 point, about 75 yards down out there broadside looking at it, or looking toward her.
And mind you, we went to Cabela's and I bought me a muzzleloader.
Yeah, that night.
I said, when he come and got me, I said, we're going to Cabela's. He said, why? I said, I want a muzzleloader.
Yeah, so the next season she killed this nice 8 point, so it worked out. I mean, he's a 4.5-year-old 8 point, 17.5 inches wide, you know, very good buck. So proud of her. That's, you know, so that's buck number 2 there. So her last buck, this 8 point right here, he's a 3.5-year-old 8 point. Not a real big rack buck, but mature enough, old enough for her. I mean, she ain't killed 20 deer yet, maybe 15 or 16 deer. I mean, still in the learning process and still doing good. But this spot we found were a beetle-kill ridge, and there was some doe sign around it, and it was getting toward the rut. And so I picked her out a tree where she could see that beetle-kill ridge down to a point and see us other 2 sides that led to that. And slipped her in on that. And it was a gun hunt. It was a cold morning. I slept wet. I got her down, and that was probably 3/4 mile or so walk. Anyway,
yes.
Got her in there, got her situated. 30 minutes so before daylight. Maybe probably longer than that, because I still had to go. But anyway, probably an hour before daylight.
A long time.
Then I went to my spot, and I don't think I seen anything that morning. So anyway, I was coming back to get her. And I always tell her, you know, don't never climb down till you can see me, you know, till I get to the tree, because you never know what happens. I might push something on you. And anyway, I was easing to her, and I was say 100 and something yards from her, and I heard a shot. You know, I said, that's her dang shoot. That's her shot. So anyway, you know, you still don't never know. We got pigs, you know, she'll shoot a coyote, so deer, you know, buck possibly. I wasn't sure. But anyway, I was down there and kind of ready just in case something comes running toward me. Next thing I know, another shot. I said, goodness gracious. Well, what's going on? I hope she ain't missed, because I heard about that for a week. She did miss, but anyway, I waited a little while, no other shots. Sneaked down there, and she's messing around. I said, wait, yeah, I shot it. I think it's 8 point. I'm pretty sure it looked real good on one side. Said, all right, so where's that? She's laying dead right there.
It was right in front of me. He didn't go nowhere.
Yeah. So I went over there and it's laying there. I messed with it a little bit. Oh, you done messed up, woman. That ain't but a 5 point.
Yeah, I was up in a tree and he's holding his hand up doing 5, and I'm like, And so I climbed down and I said, Michael Ray.
Yeah, anyway, the 3.5-year-old 8 point, pretty good deer. Nothing wrong with him. Happy with it, tickled. A steep mountain to get that sucker out of. So
Yes.
that's the year that I got COVID, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I had that go COVID. That's the beginnings of it that day, the first time everybody was getting it. And I like to have never got out of there. Had to come back and get her stand and stuff, and I couldn't breathe. It was awful. But anyway, a good trip. That was, awesome buck. I was sick for 2 weeks after that, but anyway, we got through all that. But these stories are 3 different types of hunts, 3 different scenarios, So, had the thermal hub, then had a trail leading to a secondary point with a big community scrape, and this blowdown area, beetles and blowdowns, they had fell down. There was some browse and stuff, and does were hanging out there, and that's what the effects of what happened with these bucks is, 3 different types of scenarios, and kind of being, you learn your area and scout and learn what's going on. And I had knew about that blowdown area of the beetle-kill and just checked it out as a spot check too, and made a move with her on that, because that was one of the later gun hunts, and then that was successful. So be ready to be flexible or be able to move, be a mobile hunter, and don't overthink yourself sometimes. Just get to the basics. And but anyway, all that has worked out. She's done a fine job. You get your wives, your girlfriends, whoever into hunting, and or if you're just a woman watching this, you can do it. She can do it. Look at her. She's just a little wormy thing, so can climb and drag and track with the best of them. So we really enjoy it. We do it as a couple. We carry a camper and make it like a vacation and have a great time. We carry little dogs with us, so we're just enjoying outdoors, and we enjoy sharing it with y'all. So y'all get ready for the next video. So we're gonna start trying to put some more stuff up, and send us some messages or questions or inputs on some different shows, and like, subscribe, share. If you haven't picked up a book, go on Amazon, pick up a book, or send me a message and we'll get you one, and we'll see y'all later.
Next time.
Next time.